everybody has already said that he was absolutely cognitively deficient to be in that role, to be in any role. Peepaw should have been at home, having ice cream, riding his bike through Delaware, minding his damn business.
We got to get to Karine Jean-Pierre. She's back, folks. She's back. Of course, Karine Jean-Pierre was the White House press secretary for Joe Biden. She's out here peddling a book, and she straightened her hair. So you may not recognize her. But I mean, I think she looks pretty. But she's out here and she is lying through her teeth.
Because I too thought that. And you said, people said, why didn't members of his inner circle speak up about what many believe was the apparent decline of Joe Biden? And you said, you're a member of the inner circle and you never saw the decline. And after that, I wrote, how? Yeah. You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate and you didn't see anything.
Well, when we were on the Air Force One going to the debate, you got to remember his campaign people were on the team, his family was on the team. I actually was one of those rare trips that I didn't really see him until after the debate, even though I was on the plane. So really, I want everybody to know that I take this question incredibly seriously. I do. I was his White House press secretary, which means I had a role that saw him practically every day and traveled with him.
And you saw nothing.
For more than 95%. We've always said, we're not going to say, oh, he didn't age. He aged. And he poked fun at it. We always owned up. And with age comes what happens when you get older.
Which is?
But when we talk about the mental acuity, and again, I take this very, very seriously. Yeah. I never saw anyone who wasn't there. I saw someone who was always engaged. I saw someone who understood policy, pushed us on the policy, and also understood history. And there were times, I'll tell you the story, there were times where he would call me into the Oval Office, and I would be like, oh no, because I knew whatever he was going to ask me was going to be direct, was going to be about a story he read, about how we're pushing back, how we're pushing a message forward.
And you write about the people within the party pushing him out. Some would describe those people fighting for a replacement candidate is fighting. But you also describe this current state of the Democratic Party as too timid. And what can the Democratic Party do to get out of this timid and even some will say disappointing place?
So timid that you've gotten out of the Democratic Party.
Here's the thing. I actually think that the system is broken. The two-party system is broken, and we need it to be fixed, to be working in order for a democracy. Look, just this past Saturday, millions of people, 7 million people.
All right, folks. She's either lying or she's the biggest idiot that we have seen in a very long time. Nicole, which is it? Is she an idiot or is she lying?
Yep, both of them. But I'm going to use my favorite meme, and I enjoy this meme every time I say it. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Love that meme. Let me tell you, Joe Biden is crazy, and she knows it. This is her chance at trying to be relevant again. Because, after the first round of the book tour, people were like, oh, okay, another lying book. She's out the door. Now she wants to straighten her hair and come back with the same spiel. Everybody has already said that he was absolutely cognitively deficient to be in that role, to be in any role. Peepaw should have been at home, having ice cream, riding his bike through Delaware, minding his damn business. And that's not being mean. But here's the thing. He dedicated most of his life to service to this nation. We're on different sides of the aisle. Make no mistake. We believe in different things, and we have for a very, very long time. But he already gave enough to his nation. Here in his senior moments, he should have been at home, being loved by his wife and his family. And maybe that one granddaughter that he won't claim, not her, but everybody else should have rallied around him in his older age. But what we've seen are people who are still trying to make their bucks on his back. And she's one of them. She ought to be ashamed of herself. Curly hair or straight makes no difference. The book is going to fail, period. Ask Kamala what these word salad books do.
Yeah. Shelly, you got to start off by saying she. The she. Yeah, oh, Shelly, you got to start say it before you start.
I love that meme. I love that.
So first of all, she still thinks she's the press secretary. Right. That's what it is. She's still pressing for Joe Biden, and God rest his soul, wherever he may be tonight, eating some ice cream. Everybody knows. Everybody has somebody in their family who has unfortunately gone through some kind of cognitive decline, right? So we all know the signs. We might not want to admit it. We want to be in whatever. We all know it. All she has to do is just say yes. He had some memory lapses. He couldn't, make some long-term plan, things like that. No. She still thinks she's pressing for him, and yes, she's trying to sell her book as well. I don't know what. I mean, she seems to be more of the same part of the Democratic Party, although she's an independent now. Why don't she just come out and say this? It's already out. What do you have to lose? You already left the party, you said. What do you have to lose? You're supposed to be standing on your own. Do it. Just say it. It's the truth. He has cognitive decline, dementia, whatever you want to call it. I'm not his doctor, but Joe Biden ain't all there.
Yeah. Listen, she would sell more books if she did that. She would sell so many more books if she came out and said, look, I left the party. There are a bunch of crackpots, and here's what really happened in the White House. I'd buy that book. I'd want to read it to see what I missed, Yeah.
I got to start off with she. Yeah. First of all, she can't come out now. She stood 10 toes down with him for what, 4 years, okay, or more than 4 years, and she was, right around what she was going with the line that he was sharp as ever. They after the debate, he was engaged, he's sharp, he's vigorous. She just continued to say these. Remember the cheap fakes when she came out, when people were saying, hey man, we got these photos, we got this video of him wandering and all this. Oh, those are cheap fakes. Remember that? This woman has been lying through her teeth for many, many years. She's one of those ones, like a boyfriend who you catch him with his penis in the vagina, and he will still say, I didn't do it. This is her. This is this woman. She cannot tell the truth. She's going to run through this, stay with this lie until the end of her days. Okay. She will not tell the truth. And so she's going to continue to push it. And she's out here now peddling this, book, which nobody's going to buy. She's trying to come out looking, she's trying to change her image. She's straightening her pubic hair. Okay. And this is what she's going to do, but she's going to continue to lie. And this is what these Democrats do and I'm talking about the ones in the party, in the upper echelon. They lie. They don't believe that their voters are smart enough to detect the lies. So they lie, and then they push the emotionalism because they know that these people are wound so tightly. They're so attached to the emotional rhetoric, these emotional narratives. And this is what they sell, because they don't have solutions. So they sell the lies and they sell the emotionalism. And this is what we have. This is the modern day Democrat Party, folks. And this is why we are here, to call them out for their lies. As you all come in, hit that like button. We got so many people watching, over 600 people. Please hit that like button and subscribe.
Yes.
All right.